What is going on, guys? It is Rexsi here. Today we are back once again doing another tier list. I haven't done one of these in a little while. We haven't actually done a tier list since my previous one, which is this one right here, my old tier list, which I'm going to be comparing to. I'm going to compare it to the new end of season changes. There's tons of different stuff that's happened in Duel recently, so there's lots of different stuff that I'd like to go over. So let's get to it. Say hi to Twitch chat. Twitch chat is below. They're watching live. They could talk, say hello, give their opinions. You guys can also give your opinions in the comments below. Remember that this is not like a final word type thing. Like, this is just my opinion. If you disagree with it, you don't have to dislike the video. I mean, go ahead and do it if you want. If you're really that petty, go ahead. I really don't mind. I mean, I'm just saying this is my opinion. Feel free to change things. Feel free to discuss them in the comments. You know what? Maybe you'll even convince me. It's happened before that I've changed my thoughts on where I consider different tiers of characters simply because of comments and stuff. So let's get to it. I'm going to start off with just some characters that I know are... I'm not actually going to put Denzel in here yet. Wait, is Cthulhu's picture just the AMC skin? Wait, it is, isn't it? That's actually funny. I'm going to just start putting things in that were in my previous tier lists just to get like a decent idea as to what I want to do here. So I'm just going to toss them around. Wait, do I not have an S? Oh, this is S+. There. My bad. I'll just see a god and then put it where it was. So yeah, sorry, I'm trying to work just get like a general idea as to where I want to put things right now. I will change things around as we continue. Balloon is here. Chronos is here. Hippo's here. Okay. I'm just gonna start throwing some, you know, run-of-the-mill stuff in here where I think they seem fit. Just for the time being. Yeah. Yay. Okay. I think we got a decent amount of gods going, so we can start rearranging them here. Do I have mostly all the top tiers? Hell. Erlong, Freya, Hachi, Hades. I'm just throwing them in here for now, so then I can go over the lower tiers as we go along here. Don't listen to anything of this yet, just hold on. Okay, Anubis 2. Any other top tiers that catch my eye, so. Okay, so let's start talking about the top tiers then. Pele. I think that's it. Any last one that I may have missed? Vulcan. Okay, so let's start talking about the top of the line best gods in Duel. Let's talk about what's changed since my previous tier list. So Tsukiyomi wasn't actually in the game in my previous tier list. In terms of where I'd put him in Duel, I would consider him an S+ character right now. He would be high S or S+ or low S+ in my opinion. I don't think that he's unstoppable in Duel, like getting Aegis, immuning his ult. If you're an ADC, I find a good chunk of the time you can counter him pretty well, but the amount of poke that he has is just a little absurd. So I'm gonna just be safe and keep him. Izanami, right? I've got to put her in here. I'm gonna be safe and I'm gonna keep him in S+ for now. So Tsukiyomi wasn't on the tier list beforehand. Now Izanami, I would also consider S+. That hasn't changed since the previous time I did a tier list. Most of these haven't changed. Although Hui, I wouldn't consider S+. I would put him down here. Ullr, okay, let's go over. Baka. Baka is just all around one of the best characters in Duel overall. His literal character design is practically meant for 1v1. I never let Baka through no matter what. Kamazotz, he was S+ in my previous tier list. In my opinion, I think he's fallen off a little bit. I think he's not as strong as he once was. I don't know how many nerfs have gone to him, but it's just, you never see him played, you never see him banned. I think when I originally made my first tier list, I think it was the potential that scared people of Kamazotz, just because of how well his kit worked with this map, right? Like, proccing your 2 off of, like, all the camps, easily getting passive, And then the amount of sustain, like sustain was the name of the game when the season started, but eventually the tide of battle has changed a little bit. And speaking of tide of battle, can't forget Poseidon. So yeah, I think I am going to move Kamazotz down to S. Scotty, don't think she's changed really at all. I think she deserves to be S+. She's an annoying ass character. I hate playing in Scotty. Absolutely hate it. The newest newcomer to S+, in my opinion, is Set. Set was in S tier the previous time that I did a tier list, but I think people are finally starting to discover, on average, how annoying and Set, and you know, everything that Set can be. Also, hold on, Trinity. This isn't like, if you're just joining the stream right now, this is not what the gods are supposed to be. I'm just running through them and shifting them around right now before I start adding new ones in. I'm just getting the top tiers in as we go through right now. So, Set, in my opinion, like the way you play early game and stuff like that. And he had a bunch of buffs recently anyway, so he's really good in Conquest as well. And, you know, which kind of translates to Duel overall, because he's good 1v1 character. Tsukiyomi, we just talked about him. Uller will always be the god of Duel. His design is just amazing. Like, it's so good for Duel, ability based, auto attack based. Both work. His burst, his early game, his mid game, his late game. Everything is just really strong. His late game isn't as strong as some characters, like maybe Honor, Izanami. Like, his boxing potential isn't as strong as other ones. But anyways, yeah, Uller, obviously. I don't think on her, I think overall, other than Uller, maybe the most balanced 1v1 character. That's why you see everyone always doing on her mirrors, specifically because it's just pure, you've got to slow with your pillar. Everything about this character is self-peel and, you know, positioning, and he's a hunter, so he's able to poke you out, right? So, bada boom, bada bang. Like, you can just use your 1 to slow, and like to get closer to them or get away, 2 to impale them against a wall, to push them away, or stun them in place, even on your pillar. You know, it can be used, everything in his kit can be used defensively or offensively, which you can say about anything, but it's just it's more convenient and works so well in Duel that unless he gets heavily nerfed, I don't see him ever dropping into the S+ tier. Izanami, I'm kind of on the fence about. I feel like she got nerfed a bit, or she got changed, some changes that I'm not aware of, but I just don't see Izanami as much anymore. I'm not sure why. She has, in my opinion, she deserves SS just because of how ridiculous of an advantage you can get so quickly in Duel with her. Like, you can double buff pretty easily, like as long as the other person isn't too concerned about it. And you can do that little cheesy start where you go tier 1 Ikavol or tier 1 Void Stone or Void Shield or tier 1 Mace. And you essentially, you don't even have to use an ability, or you could just use your 2 and you basically insta clear the wave, and then you have a steroid that can outbox almost every single character in the game. So the early game's insane, which is annoying, and then the late game's like even stronger with her steroid. I think she deserves to be S+, in my opinion. Her ult isn't the greatest in the world, it's okay. It's not the most useful aspect of her kit, and her invisibility can be a little iffy sometimes, and it's a long cooldown, but I would put her on the lower end of S+, in my opinion. I think she's safe there. AMC, do you guys think he's changed at all? Because I had him in S the previous tier list, but I don't think that he's actually changed. Like, I feel like certain gods are meta now that kind of run him to the ground, which are gods like Izanami, for example, Tsukiyomi and Set, Scotty, characters that just don't have an escape, like, just get fucking dominated by some of these characters, right? Like just early game heavy characters, or even just like high pressure characters, right? His lack of mobility is just like really bad for this map. Like, he's still an extremely strong character. He's always been top tier in Duel. AMC always has been, but the lack of mobility on this big of a map, and you know how many things you can jump across, really freaking screws some gods over. It's just like comparing him to just matchups against most of the S+ tiers. It's like he can struggle. Then again, it's hard to say considering I ban him every single time just because that god is just annoying in general. Chronos, I don't think Chronos has moved at all. I think he belongs in S. I don't think he's as strong as the top tiers, but like most of the S tier characters easily have potential. They easily have potential to, you know, be S, like beat an S+ tier or anything like that. You know, it's just on average, I'd say that they would lose to the S+s. It's not that huge. It's not the most ridiculous difference, but like they're still really high tier characters. Obviously, they're S. I think Chronos is fine. What's up, Biggs? I think Chronos is fine in S. Same with Heimdall. I think people were trying to figure out the potential with Heimdall. A lot of people saw him as S+ in the beginning. I don't see him as much now, but I find like Heimdall, the only thing that makes me lean towards S+ with him is that he has some really like stupidly annoying matchups against certain characters. Like most melee characters freaking suck into Heimdall. Not even funny. Not even funny how much they suck into Heimdall. They get just ass railed. Like if you play Pele or like I wouldn't say Hell because she's got poke, but just melee based characters where you gotta get close to him and keep hitting him. Just his poke, his overwhelming heavy hitting autos, his ability to slow you as you're coming towards him, knock you up, and then his 3 to just get away super easily, and his ult, you know, you have to, like, you're forced to get beads against him, which is really also very annoying. So that's the only thing that makes me consider him S+, but yeah, there's just some little things, like you said, yeah, that he could counter Izanami by being able to see her. But being able to see her doesn't mean he counters her. Like, her jump isn't just used for the invisibility, it's also used just for a jump, essentially. So, I don't know, I'm comfortable with him in S, same with Medusa. I think majority of these characters are an S+ material. I don't see any of these really being S+. I think Poseidon's fine here. Poseidon's on the lower end of S in my... No. Poseidon's good. It's just people tend to spam him a little too much. Because he's another god. He's similar to he's like the mage version of On-Her, but with fucking no skill, essentially. You don't have to aim your shit as hard as you do on On-Her, right? You just, like, everything in your kit is essentially peel. Like, everything, just like On-Her. It's these type of characters that are just like well more designed for this game. I feel like, do I have Nem in A+? Would you guys consider Nem S? Oh, was this before the Golden Blade changes? Because Nemesis was an A in my previous tier list. I think she's A+ now. I think she's A+. I think I'll move Hades up. I think Hades is definitely an S tier character. He has potential. Attack speed Hades, it isn't as good as it used to be just because of the lack of... They removed movement speed with most of the rings, so it's not as good. Cernos was also one that was not S+ or S in my previous tier list, and he 100% is now. His early game potential, Sizg definitely showed everyone a thing or two about the potential of Cernos and the boxing potential and, you know, early game, maxing the 3 and everything. So that is a character that has moved to S for me, in my opinion. If you guys disagree or have any opinions, guys, make sure to leave them in the comments or even in Twitch chat if you want to talk about it right now. You think Nem is S? See, I'm thinking that, but... I think Kali deserves to be S as well. I don't think Nem is S. I don't know. It's still a melee character, which isn't the best. I mean, some melee characters do well, but she's definitely moved up at least. Like I had her in A, but she definitely moved up because of the Golden Blade changes. Obviously, they made it more accessible. They made it a hell of a lot cheaper, so it's much easier to get online. I think she's high end of A+, low end of S. I'm not sure what you guys think. I'm going to keep her in A+ for now. I think that's a decent spot for her. Same with Apollo. Although Bellona got a huge buff recently. I still think Neath is a tier below this just because I feel like auto attack meta has kind of came back quite a bit. And going ability based just doesn't work as well overall. So I'm going to actually move her down to A+ rather than... Oh, wait, she was already in A+ in my previous tier list. Well, she's there. What do you guys think about Bellona? You're talking about Anubis or Vulcan? I mean, Anubis and Vulcan, they're pretty straightforward, man. They're like, you know, Anubis is the lifesteal guy that stands still. Vulcan has crazy mobility. He's annoying. Self-peel again, you know. I feel like there's no sense really talking about it. I think Bellona deserves to be A+ as well. She used to be top of the line. The reason why Bellona and gods like Kali fell down in the tier lists is mainly because, like, you could even consider Kali A+, honestly, is because the things that are good in this map are clear, buff clear, sustain, and then like poking. poking is more effective in this just because the map is so much bigger. In comparison to back in the day, it would have been just straight up fighting, right? Or pressuring Bull Demon, or just going up and fighting them consistently. That's why Bellona used to be so good, because you could just rock a Frostbound, you know, or you go Midgard, Witchblade back then, and you'd be forced to fight, right? Because like when the Bellona would get pressure or anything, she could actually contest against ADCs. But nowadays, there's just so much leeway, like in like areas and stuff that you can go around, and just trying to catch them while the like your enemy ADC isn't gonna want to fight. They'll just farm, right? And they'll just poke you from a distance. They won't overcommit most of the time, like if they're trying to win, right? So I don't think she stands as much of a chance against the S tier gods on average. So I'm gonna keep her an A+. Rama, where did I put Rama? Yeah, I'd say Rama's an A tier character. Overall, not as great as like Apollo or Neith. Definitely not as much of a useful kit. We'll start from the top here. Achilles has potential. Achilles definitely has potential. He's definitely on the lower end of A+, but I don't think he's changed from my previous tier lists. I don't think there's anything too significant. I know they did revert the changes to his auto attack range, which was really annoying, but he's definitely not S tier, and he's like A+-ish. Let's go next. Aphrodite will be our first B+. I don't think she's really moved. I know she's good in Conquest, but she's more so just annoying. Chalk, A+ again. Go with that. I think he's fine there. He did get some big buffs, but I still don't see him as a contender in comparison to most of the S tier characters. We'll keep him there. Chungha is also... I don't know if I consider Chungha A. Like, she has potential, but she has such little damage. Her passive's like okay. Her heal's mediocre. She's not nearly as good as she used to be back in season 1, 2, and 3. No one plays Chungha. Literally nobody plays Chungha. Like, I don't think she's bad enough to be put in B+ is the thing. I'm on the fence. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it there. Cupid, that's an interesting one. Where did I have Cupid in the previous tier list? Because Cupid, I had Cupid in A. That man is easily an A+ now. Potentially S. Cupid has the potential to be S. The changes or anything, like, I don't know what people discovered about Cupid, man, but he is one of the top ADCs in Conquest, are like, you know, even arguably the best ADC in Conquest. Like, overall, he's definitely gone up a tier. He's definitely A+. Like, I've seen Pringles and stuff like that whip him out in the middle of a huge tournament, and he won against, like, Chronos and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of potential with the character. His ult is just super useful. Easily A+, in my opinion. He definitely went up since the previous time we did a tier list. Cullen, A. I don't think too much has changed about him. Or A+. I see him fitting in around with Achilles, yeah. So I'm going to keep him here. Actually, did he move up from the previous tier list? He did. Would you guys consider him A+ or A? I mean, I've won some crazy matches with Cullen pretty consistently against good players. Like, he has potential, but... He's on par with Chalk, you think? I think he's like a little worse than Chalk, though. I feel like he doesn't stand as much of a chance as other characters in A+, right? I feel like he's just a little bit lower than A+. I'll keep him in A+ by now, but for now, he's considered, in my opinion, the lower end of A+. Okay. Doji. I'm gonna put her in A, but the problem with Doji is that she has so many matchups that are so god-awful for her. Like, her 3 is so useless in so many situations. Ugh, it's... Like, having to full commit like that, and with bleed especially, like, if you go into a matchup, for example, of Doji versus Nemesis, man, you are gonna have the worst experience of your entire fucking life. Absolute worst experience in your life. I've played that matchup before, and it is so unfun. There are so many matchups that just screw Doji. Like, it's not even funny. I'm gonna keep her in A. I wish she was better. Her kit is a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. Sukiyomi S+. Oh god, Face is here to judge me. I said he's the lower end of S+, asshole. Alright. Discordia. This is an interesting one. I have her in B+. She's moving up to A. She's moving up to A because I have played her quite a bit and I know the potential of this bitch. She's got some skill to her. Guan Yu's gotten some buffs recently. I wouldn't put him in the same caliber. I would not put Guan Yu in the same caliber as these characters here, so I'm going to actually keep him in A, which is where he was in my previous tier list. Horus. See, I want to put Horus in B+, but then fucking, you know, Pringles exists. And blows you away with this guy, but that's just one guy. Like, overall, like, Horus not being able to go over the wall and use his escape properly. You have to be very, very, very good for Horus to even have a remote chance in Duel. That's just how it is, overall. Like, you need to be really good. His ult is almost as useless as fucking Athena ult, I swear to God. If you get hit by a Horus ult in Duel, it's time to stop. It's time to quit. Hello, buddy. You really want to say hi to YouTube that badly? Hello, YouTube. This is Snowball. He's come to be annoying and beg for food. Alright, what's next? We got Fenrir. Fenrir, I don't know if... Fenrir has so much potential. Really, buddy, why are you standing up here? Fenrir has tons of potential. Like, his early game snowball's pretty wild. He got a buff recently. I was going to move him down, but I think the buff is just a little... like, enough to keep him an A+, in my opinion. Like, his early game is really, really good. He has a lot of pressure, good sustain for the map overall, but he definitely loses to most of the ADCs. Let's go to Hercules. So Hercules... You see what I'm dealing with here, chat? Do you guys want to see Snowball? YouTube. Okay, so Hercules is... last tier list, I actually put him in A+. Yeah, I can see that. Hercules definitely has the potential to be A+. Bats is definitely A. His ult is so easily counterable. Like, he's pretty predictable overall. He has a lot of... like, most of the A tiers have a lot of potential. That's what I usually say. I aim for it. So King Arthur, I actually had in B+, but I'm going to move up to A here. The way Soul Eater works now definitely shined a little light on his potential. A good King Arthur, I mean, I've had my ass whooped by Cherio when I was in Ethan, he was King Arthur. King Arthur definitely, if you know how to play the character, then there's definitely potential there. You can definitely pull some stuff off. So I'm going to move him up a tier. Like, his objective pressure is just so god-awful that it's just laughable. And, like, his Phoenix pressure and stuff, but it just depends. Like, that's just his main downside. He's pretty good at fighting. He's got, like, 1 billion abilities, so... Okay, so Janus. I consider Janus pretty goddamn trash. Like, be trash. But he has potential. I mean, he's still a mage. He does decent damage. He's just more annoying than anything, right? He's just flying around the map. Ooh, map. Fenrir A, he has Snowball to win. I don't know. I'm gonna keep him in A+ for now. Matsurasu, I had her in S. I think I think she's lower end of S, higher end of A+. What do you think, Snowball? She definitely has potential. She's not as good as she used to be back when I made this the first tier list originally, but Arachne definitely got some buffs to her. Wait, where did I have Arachne in the previous tier list? I can't find her anywhere. Wait, what? Am I blind, Snowball? Can you see it? Can you? Oh, I had her in B+. Wow, you can tell this tier list is old. No wonder I couldn't find her. She's in B+. Arachne has went up to at least A+. The changes with Golden Blade and how cheap it was and everything really did a number to Arachne's place on tier lists. She definitely went up quite a few tiers nowadays, especially with like Snowball, please to God. Silver Branch, you know, like that coming in the... in the fray and duel and everything. It's pretty crazy stuff. Apwash, in my opinion, I had him at B+. I'm going to keep him at B+. He's a fucking terrible character. He sucks into a low base health, no mobility, decent sustain. I tried to play him for 3 times for a video today, and I knew I was making a tier list today. I was like, oh my fucking god, I can't wait to put him in B+ again. Oh, I hate that character. I think he's got awful. A lot of these characters, though, I know I'm just saying on average where they are, in my opinion. That doesn't necessarily mean that you can't win. Like, you could easily win. Like, I won my game as Upwatch today when I was up against, whatever I was up against. Cernos. Right. So, like, there's obviously potential. I mean, you get an early game kill, you get a decent lead going, you snowball, you know. Psst, stop! Speaking of snowball, stop! Stop chewing the Christmas tree. Stop! Stop, buddy. You little shit. He keeps chewing the Christmas tree and hiding behind it. So there's obviously potential, but Artemis, what did I have her last time? Artemis is definitely an A character. Her kit overall is just mediocre. I don't think anything's changed in that regard. Agni, A+, I think. Agni bombs, definitely, you know, you can do some work with those. Actually, no. I'm thinking A. I think A. I had him in A in my previous tier list, and I kind of agree with it. I don't think enough has changed. Overall, like, if we see him playing against, like, any of these characters in A+, I don't really see him winning at least 50% of the time, so I'm going to put him down in A. Chiron, also A. He's the same boat as Artemis, I'd say. We'll go with Jingwei. Her passive's really useful. You know, she can crit right off the rip, which is nice. I don't necessarily think that's enough, though, to help her contend with some of the other ADCs. Is going to be... See, the thing about is that she has very, very... I think she might have the lowest base health in the game. She has scary low base health. So, on average, I'll just keep Renee. There's always potential there for her. Kukulkan. I have Kukulkan in A+, which I kind of agree with. The amount of poke that you have, how consistent your ult comes up, you know, the slow with your 1, the immunity is really, really useful. Like, he's a really easy campy character, so I'm going to keep him in A+. Loki. This is a big one. I have Loki actually in B. I have Loki in B from my previous tier list. What do you guys think? Should I move him up? I think I should move him up. I think he is a little better. I think he's maybe B+. But, like, I feel like... C, D, you guys are crazy. Like, I'm leaning towards A. I don't think he's as bad as, like, Aphrodite and Janus and Apwash. Like, he's definitely gone up a lot. Like, he was so bad beforehand. He's not even the greatest right now, but he still has the potential, right? And most of the people that play Loki are fucking... kidding. You know, they're Loki mains, usually duel. But yeah, I could see Loki beating, like I said, all these characters. Mercury actually was A+ in my previous tier list. I'm actually going to move him down. I don't see him as often anymore. Like, I think it was kind of like just like the rave with Golden Blade being buffed, and like there was all this potential that people saw. I think... No, this was when Golden Blade was first added, I think, that I made the tier list, and then it was buffed. That's why Nemesis was a tier below. Yeah, I think that's how it worked. But I think Mercury goes down. I think he goes to A. I think he has potential to, you know, do some damage. But the problem is that it's so difficult to get online and get to that late game when... And the only way you're going to do that is if you're going to pull out the get sticker strat of just running around and farming, doing absolutely nothing all game, and then backdooring, which is no fun. Okay, Merlin. I think Merlin's either A or A+ for me. He's in between, in my opinion. I don't know which one I'm going to put. I'm not good at Merlin, but I also understand that the character is bad in general. He's never been good in duel. At first he was okay, and people thought he was overpowered, which is just wrong. He really wasn't. Like he was strong, and his abilities did too much damage back then. But even when he first released, and everyone was saying he's overpowered, like me and a bunch of other duels, pretty much never lost to Merlin, especially on the previous map. On the new map, might be a little better, easier for poke with the Frost Dance. But overall, the character is literally simple as this. It is, if you catch him in the wrong stance after he, like, if he doesn't poke you out enough and he switches to other stance and he doesn't kill you from the DPS in the stance, he's just fucked. His jump cooldown is literally like 13 seconds. 13, 15 seconds. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And the character has never really been that great. But people, I don't know. But I do think he has potential to be A+. Because he's still a mage at the end of the day. He is still a mage with a lot of potential. I just don't see him beating a lot of these characters. I'm going to keep him in A. My opinion, he's A. Mulan isn't actually in my tier list, but this bitch is like maybe B. Like, some Mulans can pop off sometimes, but like, man, Mulan fucking sucks. Her ult is, you're right, her ult is so bad, it's laughable. Laughable how bad that ult is. I'm gonna keep her a B+ for now. Osiris, definitely a plus at least. He's a consistent A+ character throughout each season, in my opinion. Potentially even S, but I don't think he's as good as the S tier characters here. Persephone, easily S tier, in my opinion. Potentially even S+. If played correctly. A lot of people don't know how to play Persephone correctly, but she is an annoying ass character. She's very strong. She's one of the top conquest gods. It's more knowing how she works and juking her abilities and stuff like that. But she's definitely an S tier character, in my opinion. Was Persephone not even on this list? Wait a minute. No, I had her in A+. I think she's S, in my opinion. No, she is. She's an A+ in my previous tier list. I'm actually going to boot her up for this one. So Nuwa. Where did I have Nuwa? I had Nuwa in A, which I agree with. Nuwa's definitely an A character. Has a lot of potential, auto attack based. Oleron, A+. Oleron has seen a lot of love. This tier list was before Hecate got buffed and nerfed. I have Oleron in A+ in my previous tier list, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, I have him in A+. I think he's potentially S, though, with the changes to Hecate. When Hecate first came out, he was easily S. 100% S. And he has so much potential in Duel, I'm going to have to put him in S. Like, his overall pressure, his sustain is absolutely absurd. His ultimate is ridiculous for objective pressure. That's arguable if he's A+ or S, but in my opinion, if I'm going to put Persephone here, I think Oleron deserves to be at least S, in my opinion. Ravana, another A tier character. This would be like your average run-of-the-mill, like it's hit or miss, really. Ra's the same. Ra's definitely got a lot of buffs, but he's not A tier, no way. I agree with you. High plus B, good place to put him. Raijin. Raijin's A. No, I don't think he's changed at all. Nox is B+. That's obvious. That has not changed at all. Soul's A. Definitely isn't beating any of the A+ characters. She's got good sustain. Overall, her kit is really good in Duel. The problem is that it's just, I think she's just not very strong right now, like overall, in comparison to other characters. Hecate's decent on her, you know, your normal star with Hunter's Blessing and all that. Sylvanas, I'm probably gonna put him in S. He has a lot of potential if you hit like a root. Kidding. Where did I put Sylvanas? Yeah, Sylvanas is definitely one of the B tier. Oh wait, no. Okay, so C tier was like the. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna put the Guardians are gonna be too annoying for me to manage right now, so I'm just gonna put them all where they were originally, and I'll see if I change anything real quick. That'll be much more convenient than going over each and every Guardian, because Guardians fucking suck. I'm just gonna throw them all in here so I know they're here. So don't listen to anything. You can just skip to the end, honestly, if you want to see. That's all of them except for one, I'm pretty sure. Cthulhu, anyone else? Bacchus. Okay, so let's put them where I had them before. So we had Kefri, D, which I don't think has changed. Kuzenbo, and B+. Honestly, maybe even A. Kuzenbo, maybe A, dude. Ymir, right? Ymir. And Ymir is definitely the best Guardian in my opinion. I think him or Kuzma boat are pretty nearly in the same boat. I had Ymir an A+. Holy shit. Ymir is definitely not A+. Ymir is A. I had him an A+? Jesus. Ares, Ardeo, Bracket, Cerberus, Fafnir. Ganesha's down here. Terra, Kumba's down here. I think that's normal. What do you guys think about Cthulhu? I think Cthulhu is a little better than the other Guardians. I consider him B+. Kabrakan could be considered B+ as well. I think this is fun for most of them. Umoja be B+ as well. That's for certain. Yes, yeah. Kabrakan, I don't know if I consider Kabrakan good enough to be B+ though. I could see him winning some of these matchups realistically, but I think he'd be high end of B, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm moving Ares down. I don't know why I have him at B when I have everyone else there. Ares misses a chain and it's fucking over. The only reason I even have him there is because of the stupid jungle blessing thing that I thought was amazing. So, Thoth also is going to go into B+, as well as Zonkui, as well as Zeus. Just a lack of mobility. Not much has changed in these guys. Thoth is just more freaking annoying than anything else. Xbalanque, he's like lower end of A, in my opinion. Thor and Susanoo, definition of A tier characters. Serket, not as good as Susanoo or Thor, for example, but Ao Kwang, honestly, is okay. I don't really see him that amazing on this map. Sticking to targets, and especially against gods that can, like, it's just his wave clear, man. Like, his camp clear, it's consistent, it's pretty decent, it's good overall, but, like, and his fighting's really good when you're close to the enemies, but majority of the time, the enemies are gonna be farming, right? You need to get online before you can do anything, which is so annoying. And, like, getting close to your opponent so you can just sit under the tower and auto-attack you as a hunter, right? Thori plus? No, not in my opinion. Baba Yaga chat. Where are we putting Baba? I think Baba's probably B. Her ultimate is so useless, it's not even funny. She's in like the same boat as Nike. Although Nike, I might actually move it to B+. She was B in my previous tier list. Baba maybe C. She's so ungodly bad. Her character is annoying. Her ult is just, it makes her a bigger target. Her ult is like no damage. Tracking on it's annoying. She has an RNG mechanic to her. It's just ridiculous. Ratatoskr actually got a huge buff since the last time we saw him. He was in B+. Definitely at least A now. 100% A with all the options with the acorns and stuff like that. I don't consider him an A+ character, but I definitely see him as a better character than he was previously. So is another A+ character as well. Naja, I can see her in A+. Him in A+. Pretty consistently. I can see Naja doing pretty well. He's definitely like lower end of A+ in my opinion. Same with Fenrir. But yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Like Awilix, I may put in B+. I don't know where I had her in A last time, but I don't know, man. I've been playing Awilix a bit, and it's like her camp clear is good, her wave clear is meh. It's on the same boat as Ao Kwang, but Ao Kwang's fights are a lot better. Like if Awilix snowballs, yes. If Awilix can snowball, I mean, just like any assassin, right? Like that power is gonna scale like crazy, and you're gonna do a ton of damage. Baron? No, Baron's not B+. Baron is A 100%, which is not changing from my previous tier list. 100%, he's just A. It's just his poke, his sustain, and overall is pretty good. Hera's A+, 100%. I had her in the same place here last time. I don't, like, would Freya, I might move Freya down to A+. That's where I had her in the previous tier list. I think she fell off pretty hard. She has so much potential though, like Hekate and everything. Yeah. Sun Wukong, another A tier in my opinion. Vamana, ooh, Vamana's an A+. Vamana's an S, am I kidding? I could see him beating quite a few of these characters. Consistently. What do you guys think? I think Vamana's S. There's the amount of like just overall the win ratio, the win percentage that you'll get when you play Vamana, like, and you just if you're against the character that doesn't have mobility, like Vamana for example, absolutely fucking obliterates hell off the top of my head, or AMC, right? Like the character, like the second he gets like Hasten Katana online, all he has to do is get more mobility than his opponent, and he just sticks to them or just backdoors them. Like, there's no tomorrow. So Odin's A as well. Morgan, I think has potential to be A plus. I think she has potential. Pringles was the one who said this originally, and I agree with it. Just like going like a hybrid build with auto attack based Morgan. If your ult, like the thing is, she's so glitchy. She's so glitchy that it can be sometimes. Like I lost the game the other day just because my ult wasn't working properly, and there's just so many glitches with this character. It's so annoying, but. The amount of poke you get with your 2, if you just can, like that 2 is on such a low cooldown, you combine that with your passive, dude, it's a boatload of damage. I think she's A+. Okay. Chernobog, easily an A+ character, and then Tyr, I consider an A character. So, let me just briefly skim over everything. Make sure I like where everything is. Honestly, I think Kumba's like one of the worst characters in Duel. I think he might be tied with Capri. So let's look at this from the bottom up, huh? Anubis is the S+? No, Anubis is not an S+ character. No way in hell. So if we're to go over this, I'm fine with this. Baba's definitely in the same range of these Guardians. Like, she is still a mage though, and she has potential. I'd put her on the higher end of B. I'm comfortable with all these decisions. I like these characters where they are. Gods of Limited Mobility. A would be your tiers that, you know, can be very hit or miss. You could frag out with them. Ganesh and D. Yeah, I agree. You're right. That was on the fence. That was the only one I was like on the middle about. Yeah, those 3 characters are definitely just so useless. If there's anything you guys think I should change, let me know. I'm thinking maybe Soul could be A+, maybe. Like, no, I don't see her doing well against most of the characters in A+ at all. No, I don't think so. Cullen S+? No, I don't know. No, I'm comfortable with this tier list. I like it. I think Tsukiyomi would be on the lower end of S+. I wouldn't consider him as absolute top of the line, top tier, as most of them. And maybe we could potentially move Nem up. That's my only other consideration. But I think that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoy. I will try and get a link to this picture here in the description of the video to make it easier for you guys to access hereafter. But this is the tier list if you guys are interested. I wish it was like, can I make the god icons small? Okay, no, fuck that. There we go. Okay, this is better. So this is the tier list, everyone. These are every single character. Unfortunately, you can't see the bottom ones as easily, but if you are curious, this is my official new tier list. Quite a bit has changed. We moved some characters up and down. But overall, that is my opinion as to what I consider. Wait, why is Hachiman an S? Wait, whoa. Oh my god, thank god I noticed that. No, Hachiman is like A. Oh my god, why didn't nobody say anything? Jesus, I didn't even see him there. That was my bad. I mean, he must have been there when I threw all the characters in. Erlong, I kind of want to move down to A+. Achilles A. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm on the same line with Cullen as well. I don't know. Cupid's A+. Cupid honestly could be a contender for S. Alright, other than that, I think I'm happy with my decision. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave the video a like. Please leave me comments down below with your opinions, thoughts, prayers, all that awesome stuff. Let me know what you guys think, what you agree with, what you disagree with. Think I should change anything, let me know down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave the video a like. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Really help the channel. Click the notification bell. Stay notified. Anyways, I'll see you next time, guys. Say goodbye, Snowball. Have a good one. Hope you guys enjoyed the tier list. Bye-bye.